Hi, Year 9. Today's lesson is going to be about topic sentences and body paragraphs. For this lesson, you will need a pen and your English book. And whenever you see this symbol with the pencil, you need to write down what's on the page. Now, if you remember on Thursday last week, we looked at themes because the essay question that you will be writing about next week is about universal themes. And what we did is we took the topics such as love, hate, conflict, whatever they were, and we changed them into thematic statements, which were the author believes that. What was it that the author believed about that particular topic? What message did they want us to learn about that particular topic? Okay, could you please write this down? Learning intention. Today we will turn our thematic statements into topic sentences and find evidence to support them so that we can apply this learning to our essays. We'll know we've got it when we have two topic sentences and evidence to support each. You might like to pause this video while you write that down. Right, so just to recap, a thematic statement is the sentences that you wrote down that begin with the author believes that. This is really important because your question asks you about universal themes and how they are explored in Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so we need to have a really good understanding of what the author thinks about those particular themes and what we learn from them. Okay, have a look back at the work you did in your book last week, and I want for you to choose two of your favourite thematic statements and write them on your page under the learning intentions. So flick back through, pick the two that you like the best. They do need to be about two different themes, okay? The question for your essay asks you about the variety of universal themes that Shakespeare explores. That means that you need to demonstrate that he did explore a variety. So you need to have at least two different ones. If you can't remember your thematic statement or you were away, I want for you to write these down, okay? But only if you're away. If you were at school, I will have had a look at them and I will have approved them, and they're probably really good. So trust yourself, okay? If you've already got your own, don't write mine down. However, if you're away, write these down. The author believes that true love occurs because of great conflict, and the author believes that hatred is the cause of all evil in the world. You'll just need to pause the video just for 2 minutes or so to write those down or to write your favourite two thematic statements. Okay, so we've got these thematic statements. What's the point? You've just about written the topic sentences for your essay. Remember, the topic sentences are the first sentences of your paragraph, right? So these are really important. They tell the audience or your marker what you're going to be talking about in the paragraph, okay? So these thematic statements, we're going to change them around. We're going to make them the topic sentences for your essay. Could you please write this down? All of this that's on the page. Now, the essay question is this. Shakespeare presents a range of universal themes in his plays. How is this achieved in the play you have studied in class? All right, so it's really important to keep that in mind. That is what you're going to be addressing in your essay. Here are the characteristics of an effective topic sentence. It must address the question. It must clearly state what universal theme you're going to talk about in the paragraph, okay? It's really important because the question asks about universal themes. You need to make sure that in your topic sentence, you have a universal theme. It must use key words from the question, all right? So you need to have words like universal themes in your topic sentence because those terms are used in the question. It's like a big red flag for the marker to say, look at me, I'm answering the question. All right, so make sure you've written that down, pause the video if you need to. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it. How can I change my thematic statement to a topic sentence? Now, have a look at the example on the right, that should say, and write it down exactly as you see it. That is, write down and cross out the words that have been crossed out. You will see that the black text is my thematic statement. So my thematic statement is, the author believes that conflict occurs as a result of a lack of communication. Okay, so my topic is conflict, but I have turned that into a theme by saying conflict occurs as a result of a lack of communication. That is a theme that I'm going to talk about. The pink text is what I've added to make it a topic sentence. And you will see that I've added words like universal theme, and I've also added William Shakespeare's name and the title of the play, Romeo and Juliet. So let's read it as a topic sentence now. William Shakespeare's tragic play, Romeo and Juliet, explores the universal theme of conflict and how it occurs as a result of a lack of communication. Could you please write just the part on the right down? All right, here are a couple of other ways that you can turn your thematic statement into a topic sentence. So again, the thematic statement is the author believes that conflict occurs as a result of a lack of communication. I've changed that into a topic sentence by adding in keywords from the question like universal, as well as the name of the author. The theme of conflict is universal, and William Shakespeare investigates how it occurs as a result of a lack of communication. Or you could try something like this. Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare highlights the universal theme of conflict and how it occurs as a result of a lack of communication. Essentially, they all say the same thing, they're just worded differently. Could you please make sure that you have written that down? All right, now it's your turn. Take your 2 thematic statements that you wrote down at the beginning of the lesson and change them into topic sentences. You have 5 minutes to do that. Use my examples as a way to form yours, okay? So have a look at the ones that you wrote down of mine, and I want you to follow a similar format. Change your thematic statements into topic sentences. 5 minutes to do that. All right, you've got your topic sentences for your essay. That's excellent, okay? The first sentences of both of the paragraphs that you are going to write in your essay are done. What now? I want for you to take your topic sentences and find 2 examples in the play of where this can be seen. What we're doing now is that we're finding evidence in the text to support your topic sentences. So, here's my topic sentence. The theme of conflict is universal, and William Shakespeare investigates how it occurs as a result of a lack of communication. So, I need to think of somewhere in the play where a lack of communication leads to conflict. Okay, they're the ideas from my topic sentence. So, I'm going to talk about how Friar John didn't deliver Friar Lawrence's message to Romeo, which is in Act 5, Scene 2. And I'm also going to talk about Romeo's impulsivity when he kills himself before communicating with Friar Lawrence, which is in Act 5, Scene 3. All right, now I used the act summaries, which you also have a digital copy of on Google Classroom. I just thought, where in the play, or even in the movie, you can think about the movie if you like, where in the play have I seen a lack of communication leading to conflict? When the message didn't get to Romeo, and when Romeo didn't bother to communicate back to Friar Lawrence, and he decided to kill himself. I then went into that act summary, found where those things were, where those events were, and I also wrote down, Act 5, Scene 2, where they actually came from. So what you need to do now is you need to take your topic sentences, so you've got 2 of them, and you need to find 2 examples in the play of where that happens. All you need to do is do exactly what I have done here. Write down what happens. Friar John didn't deliver Friar Lawrence's message to Romeo, and write down where it happens, Act 5, Scene 2. So you need 2 pieces of evidence for each topic sentence. You have until the end of the lesson to get that done.